Today we're going to discuss hard money lenders or hard money loans for real estate.
Zonna.
Oh, hi, Rich.
Nice seeing you again.
Nice to see
Yeah,
you again.
there you go.
We're back again.
That's
Can you
right.
believe it?
Time flies so quickly. 2 weeks, right? 2 weeks.
Yeah. Today we're going to discuss hard money lenders or hard money loans for real estate.
Yes, hard money is an alternative financing program. For example, you could use basically to buy investment property. It's not for your single family where you want to live in. Those are owner-occupied loans. Those financing a little different, which we'll talk about later on.
But we're gonna go to the restaurant as well.
That's right. That's right.
After this, we're gonna go to Samwu. We're gonna
Yes.
have some Chinese food.
Yes.
It's very, very old restaurant. It's been there forever.
In Cerritos.
Yeah,
Yes.
we're gonna eat a lot because we work hard today. Let's begin about hard money. Tell
Yeah.
me about it, Richard.
Basically, hard money is a loan where private investors or private individuals will loan out either their own personal money or a group of people's money to finance properties that perhaps the traditional lenders will not finance due to circumstances. Either the borrower's credit is too low or they cannot show the income, proof of income to
And
qualify.
if the property is not in good condition.
Yes,
Yeah,
so the
'cause-
properties may not be financeable because it needs a lot of work, or if it's multi-units, it's maybe occupancy rate is below 80%, then banks will not finance it because they consider it too risky. However, hard money lenders, that's their game is. If you have enough equity, usually anywhere
So
from
they go by
75
loan to value.
Yeah, usually
they-
75 to 65% loan to value ratio, meaning you have to have 25 to 35% at least equity, either that much money to put down or the property value is at lower than market value. Then you can get hard money loans because they look at the property, not per se the lender or the circumstances.
But there are also big hard money lenders in the country, which is more nationwide. Bigger companies that do that, and as well as there are local
Yes,
hard money
yes, yes.
lenders. So the local ones are quite easier, and for the most part, they are faster in closing the deals because they know the local market already.
Right.
Like they have idea of these properties. And also, one way, if you are buying property from auction, which is quite dangerous, I wouldn't recommend if you're a new investor. If you get good deals, a lot of hard money lenders would do that kind of
Oh,
deal.
yes, definitely.
And they also could lend money for construction.
That's right.
So construction loans together, as long as the numbers are right.
Yeah, short term. They're short term and they do
6
charge their
to
fees. Yes.
12 months.
Sometimes it can last up to 3 years depending on the
Depending on your
situation and needs,
but
yes.
very seldom.
Yes.
For the most part, they care about liquidity. It's very important to them. The good thing about using hard money loans, actually, if you're an investor, you have another person like a business partner that would make decisions with you because they are very careful in also partnering or lending their money. They want to make sure that they're lending it to a good investor. So if you are a new investor, they really look at how good the property is.
Yeah.
So as an investor, it's good for you as well because as you criticize this property that you're trying to buy, they will also criticize it and they will also make their numbers.
Yes.
So meaning you have actually someone that is making decision with you and they are more careful for the most part than you because
That's right.
they're putting more money, you know.
They just want to make sure that the value is
Yeah,
there.
so
and
if
we're
they
getting
don't
that.
approve that property, the less risky it
Yes.
is for you. So that's one way to look at it.
Exactly. Another way is if they don't approve it, then you just have to go back to the seller and renegotiate the deal so that it is workable. That's all it is.
Right, or if the property is really in bad condition or for whatever reason. But the good thing is you are making decision with them.
Exactly.
You know, you have that free advice. And
That's right.
Especially if you're new in investing in real estate. It's a very risky thing to do.
That's why the rates are higher.
The rates are higher.
And you do have to pay anywhere from 1 to 3% percent
points,
or points
yeah.
for the lender's fee. So
So
it can
8
get
to
costly.
12, 8 to
Yeah.
12%.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It can get costly. Interest rates could be from 8 to 12% or even higher.
I have seen some that are less than 8%, very few. Some of these people are doing wholesale. If they have a lot of properties, they've been doing it with the same hard money lenders. Sometimes they give a little discount.
If you have experience, they'll give you better rates. If you're inexperienced, then they want more of your borrowers, let's say, skin in the game, put more money down.
Yeah,
and,
because they don't know.
rates should be
Yeah,
higher
they
if you have
could lend you the
inexperience.
money, and then you're gonna go and
Mess it up.
mess it up, mess up the deal. Yeah, usually
Flip properties where they buy a fixer-upper. And
this is
they'll fix it up.
good for that. Yeah,
and
like a
they'll
bridge.
resell it.
You can do a bridge loan as well.
They should call it easy money. Is it easier to get than the banks?
You can transition it to conforming loans after you fix it up and all that. I have seen back in the days during the market crash, some
2008?
some investors, and they would put plan B to leverage their money to buy more properties. Some uses hard money loans or private lenders, expensive than conventional loans, what traditional banks give.
Basically, private money-wise, there's a time to use it and time not to use it.
Yeah, you have to know when to use it.
Yes.
Yeah,
and then it is a short-term loan because it is expensive. You do not want it for long-term. So let's say once you buy a property, you stabilize it, or if you get a fixer-upper, you fix it up. Either you sell it or you refinance into a traditional long-term loan, which rates are better. That's the strategy you want to use for hard money.
That's one
not just
one
for the
way.
sake of doing it.
It's more for acquisition.
Yes.
So you could acquire the property faster. You know, if your money and your lender is not ready to move, because at times they can fund within a few days, less than a week. It's a very fast money, and the risk is there. You want to know what you're doing. Some business owners and traders and people with inheritance money, they always have real estate in their list.
Of course.
One of the way to diversify their money. And there are a lot of ways actually that you could invest your money in real estate.
That's right.
If you really have a lot of money and you don't know where to start,
give Zonna a call. She'll figure out a way to place your money in a nice, safe environment.
Possibly, I could do that. Like I'm good in helping clients to do business plan.
That's right.
Okay, because first thing you gotta realize and know yourself. Right? I'm like a grandma, like giving wisdom. Besides making money, you gotta have some wisdom in how you make money and how you can create your business plan and where you're gonna position yourself. You have to first find out like what really interests you.
That's right.
What makes you excited to wake up.
Exactly.
So one thing is that if you like to go drive around, shop and see all the houses, that's good, you know. Then you can decide on being an investor to buy and flip maybe if you like to decorate. But if you're someone who just like to make more money and just want to manage a few people, right? Then hard money lender, you can be a hard money lender.
Exactly, you could be a lender too. Make those high interest rates,
actually, when you're a hard money lender, you have more control, right?
Yeah, hard money lending, it is secured by the real estate. So it is. It is safer.
Yeah.
I mean, there's always risk involved, but it is pretty secure.
You're in the safer side. You just have to really research.
Make sure the valuation is there. Yes.
You can have friends, realtors, brokers, get a BPO, know the local market where you want to be a hard money lender.
That's where maybe a real estate agent will come into play.
Right. Yeah. Imagine you can have 8 to 12%. It's a very good return. But of course, you gotta find these investors too. So that's, I think, would be the hard part is
the borrowers, finding the borrowers.
Find the borrowers.
Yeah, exactly.
But at least you don't have to find the properties, right? So you cut off some of the
Exactly. Very good. That's a good strategy right there.
Yeah, you cut off some of the footwork you need to
Exactly.
do. If you're an investor and you don't have a lot of money, of course you gotta also research on
Yeah.
how to use the hard money lenders.
Exactly.
But doing this, you gotta be good in finding deals.
That's right.
So find out what you're good at.
Exactly. And
If
then go from
you're
there.
good at finding good deals, then the hard money lenders are sitting there waiting for you.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, waiting for
Once you find a deal,
to
the
bring
monies
them
will be
the
there.
deals.
That's right.
And if you're the hard money lender, you just sit.
That's right.
You don't have to look for deals.
That's right. You just have to analyze it properly.
You have to
That's the key.
analyze. You just have to, or you can hire people that could analyze it with you.
Yeah, there you go.
But you also have to like doing it.
Exactly.
You see, or you can just invest, buy a big property and rent it out, or just buy a big mansion. So
Exactly.
there's so many things you can do with your money if you want to enter the real estate
That's
world.
right. That's right.
Investing. One way is to be friends with Richard.
Thank you. Yeah. I'm a nice guy, I think.
He knows a lot of people, and a lot of people like him too. So we are a good team. But anyway, we're just here to give you some options and input into the world of real estate.
That's good. So if you have any interest, you know where to get a hold of us, right?
California is actually known to be one of the states that have lower interest with hard money loans. Hard money lenders here have lower rates. That's what I've heard and I've seen.
That's good to know.
And know that in every real estate transaction, there's always back and forth negotiation.
That's right.
So nothing is set in stone until it's written and signed on the
Exactly.
dotted lines. And know that you could always negotiate the terms.
That's right.
And you also want to make sure when you are trying to choose who are the money lenders you want to use, you want to make sure to ask them all the fees, including the hidden fees.
That's right.
Because sometimes even just for the application, they charge like $700, $1,000.
Now, even hard money lenders, if they charge you up front, don't go for it. They should not be charging up front application fee. Usually they'll take your money and they say, oh, they'll give you excuses, and you'll just end up losing the 700.
So be careful with that unless you really know them.
It's not a good sign.
Yes, so there are a lot of scams out there too. But you can find money lenders in the internet. You can search them, Google them, and the best is a referral. And there's big companies, a couple of them that service nationwide, but that is more paperwork, and then they require more, and they are also can be slower.
Exactly.
Also, there are some hard money lenders that doesn't end up closing the deal too.
That's right.
So you have to be careful. It's not all of them are really able to fund.
They might not have all the money.
And be careful with your contingencies.
That's right.
You don't want to lose your deposit.
Exactly.
So
that's on the purchase side, because if you don't have a reliable hard money lender and they say everything's good and you release all contingencies on your purchase side, that's where your the EMD or the good faith deposit could be in jeopardy.
Yeah.
But definitely dealing with a hard money lender that can close deals is critical, is important.
It could be also tricky because some local hard money lenders, they are smaller companies, and some of them also borrow from
banks actually
to have the liquid to provide, right? So sometimes there can be a lot of middlemen in the middleman.
Exactly.
So more middlemen. So make sure that you know what you're doing, and for the most part, if you go with big money lenders that are nationwide, bigger company, they have the funds.
That's right.
Yeah, but they are more strict and more requirements than the local. So I guess you can have both depending on the deal, what you're buying.
Long as there's equity there. Long as there's equity there, enough equity there, it should be hard money, could be easy money. You know what I mean?
And
so,
if you are good in auction properties too, it's quite risky. It's not for everybody. Some of them use the hard money lenders too. It's a very good way to make money in real estate. One thing I like about real estate business as well is that you manage less people.
That's right.
And you have more freedom with your time, right? Versus owning dynamic business such as a shopping mall, restaurants, hotels. You know, there's more people to manage, and you have to have managers. So you manage your manager, the manager manage you, you manage your accountant. There's just so many.
You can get a lot of components.
Yeah, a lot of
in
components
running a larger real estate office. Yes.
Yeah. So if you just want to be a landlord, real estate investor, you really don't have to manage your tenants every day. You
be a
don't
passive
have to
investor. Be a passive investor where you can invest with an operator.
or you can also have that,
Exactly.
right? Depending on how big your real estate investment portfolio.
Exactly.
But for the most part, it just involves more money.
Exactly.
So it's more thinking, more negotiating skills that you must have.
That's right.
And if you don't have, but you have money, you can hire people that can negotiate for you,
right?
right?
That's right.
But for the most part, it's very few people. You're still managing people.
What about the tenant headaches?
Yeah,
If you're a passive investor, or if you partner up with an operator that handles all that for you,
right?
All you need to do is just invest your money. And
but
get a
even
good return on
so,
your money.
comparing to owning like a restaurant, what I mean, like
Oh,
if
yes.
you own a restaurant, you have to manage employees.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah, versus if you own one house and you want to rent it out, there's usually just one tenant there.
That's right.
And you don't have to see them every day or manage them every day or put them on your
Exactly.
payroll.
Exactly.
So one of the easier, I think, business to do is real estate.
That's right.
Because you're just basically buying the property.
There'll be some little work involved.
Involved, but it's
it
not
is.
like owning a restaurant.
Yeah, once you have a system in place, then it can become
so
pretty
it's
passive.
less time consuming in the long run.
Exactly. So you got to hire the right property management company. They'll handle all that for you.
Yeah,
the tenant
depending
issues.
how big.
But that's another topic.
That's a
Property
different
manager,
topic.
We'll talk about that in
hard
the next
lender.
video.
Ideas how you can get into real estate investing.
Exactly.
And of course, one way is a hard money because the 8%, 12% return in a year.
Exactly.
You
That's
know,
not
they
bad.
calculate it like if you have a 10% interest for the hard money, it's calculated annual.
Yeah. Plus maybe
Origination
the original
fee,
fees could be
the
anywhere from 1 to
points.
3%.
Yeah, but
or
they
5%.
usually add it at the end.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you don't want you're
there's
not
many different variations. Yeah.
Depends on the terms and how you negotiated
Yeah.
it to put the deal together.
Depends what you need.
Yeah, and just know that you have the say also. But some of the hard money lenders, they already have their terms
right.
written up and final. It's like take it or leave it. This
Some
is what
are
we
like
offer.
that. Yes, some are
of them
flexible.
are
So
like
it just
that.
depends on the situation. Yeah.
Yeah, mostly the local ones are, and the smaller hard money lenders
More
are
flexible.
more flexible.
Yeah.
Almost like a private money
Exactly.
lender.
The bigger lenders are usually they're more
like
structured.
usual, and possibly a lot of big lenders too. They get money from the traditional bank.
Exactly.
Yeah, so it's
Well, hard
more
money.
about-
What they do is they have perhaps a line of credit from banks. Well, right now the rates have been going up, but let's say if they get for 6%, they'll lend it up for 12, so they're doubling their money pretty much. That's how they.
That's
business
how
model is,
some
yeah.
of them do.
And private lenders are they could do that, or they have their own cash, or they pool other people's cash together. And then they rent out.
Yeah, so
to
you
give a
can
little higher
also
return on
join
money, yeah.
as one of those lenders if you want to just deal with money and not so much with the footwork.
Exactly.
And have other people do the footwork for
Exactly.
you, or wait for these investors to come and give you the deal.
There you go. So if you have a lot of money, you know who to call, right? To put your money to work
Zonna,
for you,
Dr.
right?
Zonna here.
There you go.
And Richard, we're glad to talk to you again, and I hope you enjoyed our video today.
Hope you did.
And yeah, you learned something, and we'll elaborate more in
Exactly.
details as we keep going and uploading videos for you.
Exactly.
And for now, we are going to the restaurant.
There you
We're
go.
having some Chinese
Yes.
food.
Why not, right?
Come
Okay.
and join us.
Talk to you later. See you
Thank
later.
you.
Okay.
Oh wow, this is delicious.
Again.
We're here now again,
right.
still in
That's
Cerritos. I wanted to have Chinese food. Samwu is one of the family restaurant.
Good choice.
Yeah, good choice.
Ooh. That's that
Omelette has like vegetable, egg, oysters, and what else? Maybe some other meat.
possibly.
But this is like their signature pork here. Very popular. Wow.
Look at that. Look at all the.
Oh, wow, wow, wow. Now we are ready to eat. Wow, this is amazing.
So delicious.
Super. A lot of to go for sure. And here's the fish, the queen of tonight's dinner. It's my favorite here. It's really crispy, deep fried, a lot of oil, but it's delicious. Yum, 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 yum. Wow, Richard, we have a lot to eat here.
We have a protein overload.
Yeah, well, after our recording, we celebrate and we deserve to eat after working all day. Hard work today, real estate. Now we're gonna have the dessert. It's a free dessert.
That's my fortune.
This is your fortune. The social scene can be fun today. It definitely is, Chad. It is.
It is, right?
It is fun.
Social life has to be
yeah,
fun, right?
your fortune
Part of it, right?
actually. That was a funny cookie for you.
Yeah,
Let me check mine. There is a prospect of a thrilling time ahead for you. Lucky number 7.
Yeah.
Yeah, I enjoy fortune cookie.
Thrilling time
Chinese
ahead of you.
restaurant. Yeah, and my lucky number, my lucky real estate number 7. And then there's angels number 44. And I have 6 also lucky number and 1, 2.